everyone, welcome to Sandy's Art again. I am going to show you today my step 2 for the cover of my junk journal. So what I have here, I just had another brilliant idea yesterday, which I'll tell you guys about, but what I have here is the cover. This is the front and the back, so it would go this way, which we worked on in the previous video. And now I had an awesome idea of using this lining fabric that I had lying around. It's from an old curtain, and it will look, I think it's going to work very well with what I want to do because it's very thin. And what I want to do is use just regular like quilting batting. This is just a roll I bought recently at my local craft store. I bought a small. They make these in huge sizes for quilting, but I just got a small one because I don't need that much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the batting to make my covers nice and fluffy and soft, and it looks really well when the product is finished because it gives it a nice soft, like delicate feeling, which I really like. So right now I'm just unrolling this thing. It's really huge, and again I'm using a small bag. So what I want to do actually is I want to line the front and the back, so the outside and my inside of the journal, because I want it to be extra fluffy this time. I usually just do it on the outside cover and I tuck it in the corners before I put my sleeve in them, but this time I want it to be fluffy on the outside and the inside. So I'm going to cut up a not a roll, but I want to cut up a piece that's continuous so I can just wrap it around. And so here we go, because it's folded, right? It's folded right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut from here to here and over here. Alright, so I'm just going to eyeball this. I just do a lot of eyeballing in my stuff just because it's just a lot easier. I really hate measuring. I know it's bad, but measuring can be very tedious and frustrating, which takes the fun away from me personally. And since I'm doing this to enjoy myself, I will eyeball. And I'm only going to measure the things that I really can't get by with. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut right over here. There's a flap there. That's okay, I can cut that later. So I'll just go and I'll cut right there. Alright. Could be a little sticky to cut, but if you have some good scissors, you're in good shape. Alright. And I'm just kind of outlining my cover. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect because this is bendable and you can work with it. It's a very forgiving texture, I should say. There. Alright, so I've cut my batting. I'll roll this up later. Alright, so here's my batting. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a sleeve before I put my cover on. So it's extra soft and fluffy. Sometimes you can feel the cardboard texture through the fabric that you sew over. And I'm trying to get rid of that feeling. So I just tried different things in all the journals I do. So maybe this will be like a good aha moment for me. We'll see. So I wrapped it around. This is my inside. And the writing and everything doesn't matter because we're going to cover it, so none of this is going to show. So what I would typically do is I have to cut this a little bit more precise here, so I don't get any headaches when I'm inserting this whole thing inside a sleeve. So, aka a pillowcase that you make in your sewing machine. So I'm going to cut this a little bit more because it's already cut here. And I'm just going to go with that right there. You guys, I did my nails today. What do you think? I'm really, really happy with this pretty red. Isn't it gorge? Oh, she did such a lovely job. Okay, enough about my nails. Alright, so here is the batting. So what I think I'm going to do, since I'm trying this out as I go, I think I'm just going to, I'm not sure if I'm going to tape this in place or if I'm going to staple it in place. Just a few little staples, nothing too crazy. Nothing that would, compromise the texture of it after you cover it. So, I don't know, I'm still brainstorming here. But basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this fabric here, move that to the side right now. There, no, there. Okay, so this is my lining fabric that I'm going to use. It's really thin and really soft. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew this together in like a, I wish I could zoom out. I don't know, I'm still new with this stuff, guys. So basically, I'm just going to cut this to a more precise size, just to correspond to the size of my journal. And I'm going to just sew a line here, here, and here. And I'm going to leave this open so I can sew it all at the end. So I'm going to leave a little bit of room here, maybe half an inch. And that would be the cover for my first cover of this journal before I do the actual cover. So just so it keeps the batting in place, and I just want to ensure batting all around the structure, I guess, of this journal. So we'll do that, and then I'll show you guys after I sew it. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut up my fabrics. And again, I'm going to leave 2 inches on each side, just in case I make a boo-boo. It's always good to leave room. Alright, so here is, I'm going to cut it this way, I think. Yeah. Isn't this a gorgeous fabric? Oh my goodness. So in love. Okay, so let's see. So we're leaving 2 inches, right? That's what I said. Okay, 2 inches. So here is about 3. So we're gonna push this a little more here so you guys can see. Is that 2 inches? Yeah, that's about 2 inches. And this is about also 2 inches. So that's a good place for this right here. I want to make sure I leave enough room. Okay, and I'm going to make sure this is straight also. Again, I'm just eyeballing a lot of this. So about 2 inches here would be about right there. Okay, so I can just eyeball that straight through and just cut. So I'm going to cut the size first. Okay, can you guys see? Yeah, my scissors are right here. I'll move this a little bit up so you can see. I need a bigger table, obviously. Oh my gosh. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to show you my fantastic cutting skills. I feel like a pro. This is beginning to be a lot more than 2 inches, but whatever. That's why we have a yard of this. Okay. Here we go. Alright, that's cut. Now I'm going to cut the... Okay, so here is... We're going to cut this way now, so I'm going to turn this because I can't cut across. Some people just can't cut across. What can you say? Just eyeballing most of this. Okay, there will be imperfections, but that doesn't matter. That's why you have a sewing machine. Okay, so here is my cover. And I only need one. I don't need two because I'm going to use another fabric for the back. So why don't we say goodbye to this? Right? Okay, yep, goodbye. Thank you. And then I'm going to cut up this green fabric, which is going to be on our inside, I guess is what we decided. So I'll just cut this up, and I'll just use this as a reference to for size, I guess. This is taking up my whole screen. Oh golly. Okay, opening the fabric. I'm going to place this on top because it makes it a lot easier. Oh, that's so pretty. So pretty. Okay. So now I'm just going to cut this way. Oh, I don't want to cut across. And this is a little too long, you see? So let me just line this up in this corner here. Okay. Something like that. Again, I'm not a pro, guys. I am self-taught. So that's what you get. Alright, I'm cutting across and I shouldn't, but I don't have a choice because my table is so small. Alright, I'm going to use my phone over here so the fabric doesn't go anywhere on me. Okay, and it's alright if it's not perfect. And the silk is so easy to cut. It's almost dangerous. Okay, so that's the bottom. That's my phone. And I'm going to cut this side now. Oh, this silk cuts up so nicely. I wish all fabric was that easy to cut. Okay, so I got my front and my back. And they're about the same size, which is what I want, because I'm going to sew them to fit this little guy here. And I think it gives me plenty of room to mess up and still save myself and save my project from eternal disasters. Okay, so yeah. So now I'm going to go to my machine and I'm going to sew this all around like this. I'm going to start here, then I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to end here. And I'm going to leave this flap open so I can insert the cover on the inside. And hopefully this will be awesome looking. Fingers crossed. Alright, so I will be right back with two sewed fabrics together. Again, this is going to go in first to protect my batting before I insert it here to my final cover.